it doesn't matter what you're doing, because it's not about the doing part of all the, the marketing, the sales, and all these things. It's about who you need to become within that determines your success.
Welcome to the My Future Business Show, where we get you in front of your best audience and keep you there. Not only are we interviewing the biggest names in business to help you become even more successful, we're inviting you to book your spot on the show to help you grow your business. So at the end of the call, make sure you fill in the interview application form at myfuturebusiness.com/interview. Hi and welcome to the My Future Business Show. My name's Rick Nuske. I am your host for today, and my next guest has been featured on CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, CW15, Wall Street Select, and the list goes on and on and on. Kay, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
No problems at all. Everyone, this is Kay Sanders, and she's from kaysanders.com, and she's involved with a lot of different things, and we're going to be talking about mindset primarily. But before we jump into all of that good stuff, Kay, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, originally I'm from Germany. I came to El Paso, Texas back in 2006 with my now ex-husband. He got stationed here with the military.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been just, trying to make it here, just trying to, live the American life. the American dream, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. How's that been going? Has it been a bit of a tough journey at the start?
It was very, very challenging at first because my ex-husband, he left us 2 months after we got here, and it was just me and my son. And, the American life is completely different than the German life. I had my own little business back in Germany. I was working, working from home. And I'm like, yeah, I can do the same thing here. The only problem was nothing that I did back in Germany was accepted here. And then I had no family, didn't really know my way around, the whole job thing, that was like all crazy. And even like school-wise, nothing that I did in Germany was really accepted here. So I really had to start at the bottom. And then I got into network marketing because I figured, hey, that's a great thing where I can, make some money on the side, then maybe eventually turn it into a full-time gig. Unfortunately, that didn't work out either because I had no clue what I was doing. So the whole business building here in the States was different. And so, yeah, it was very, very challenging most part of the time that I've been here. But now it's like I'm finally over the huge hump, and now things are finally looking a lot better. But yeah, the initial few years were very, very challenging.
I appreciate you sharing that with us because I think the struggle story is a key essence for the My Future Business audience. And for anybody who's listening, this is, again, just an example of how, things are not necessarily going to be, 6 figures straight off the bat. You have to work for it. And we try to be realistic about this case. So do you look back and have look at that with a level, I guess, of respect that, you've gone through that difficult journey?
Oh, yes, because it made me who I am today. And I had to experience a lot of those things to find my path, because I believe that everything in life happens for a reason. And if I wouldn't have gone through the things that I've gone through, I would have never met the teachers that I met, never would have done the training that I did, always on the search for the answers, like how can I make more money? How can I, get rid of my inner gremlins? I mean, I used to have PTSD, the anxiety, depression, the whole 9 yards. And everything was led me to where I'm at today. It led me to meeting all of my amazing friends, my colleagues, my teachers, all of the people that led me to, where I'm at today. And yes, it was very tough, but I wouldn't want to change it, honestly, because it made me who I am today. It made me a stronger person. Yes, it wasn't pretty.
No.
I would not want to actually go through it again. But, even though I've gone through all these challenges, I mean, it really made me who I am today. And I believe every business owner has to, or every person in general has to go through certain things in life to really uncover or discover who they really are, on a soul level. And that was like my journey. It led me onto my spiritual path. It led me to learning all the things about myself and really learning who I am. Like, because I didn't really know myself, a few years ago. It was really, everything that I had to go through, that I had to experience, which also led me to really doing a lot of soul searching to figure out, okay, what is holding me back? What is going on? What is keeping me stuck? And, learning all these things helped me really let go of that and become a much better person.
Well, for everybody who's listening, I want to give you a bit of an overview. Now, Kay is an intuitive business coach. She's a mindset mentor, and she really focuses on increasing at the conscious level, how entrepreneurs grow their business. And there's that side of it. And then you talk a bit about the systems and strategy side. Let's start off with the first side, the mindset, and how that all works in how you deliver your services to your audience.
Well, mindset is really everything. I mean, you can't become successful without the mindset. Like initially when I first started as a coach, I was just strictly business coaching, really focusing on the systems and the strategies. But then it was really, it had hit me because I was working with a coach at that time. And at that time, I was really struggling with getting clients consistently, making money consistently. And I was like, I had a conversation with him and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm doing all the right things. I'm out there. I do all the right, the right things that all these big gurus talk about, but nothing was getting me the results. It was like really like pulling teeth trying to get clients. And I was actually at the merge of almost giving up because I did not know what else to do. And he told me one thing that at first it didn't really sink in right away, but then it really hit me. And he told me that it doesn't matter what you're doing because it's not about the doing part of all the, the marketing, the sales, and all these things. It's about who you need to become within that determines your success. So if you're, for example, like he told me, because I was like, what are you talking about? It didn't make no sense. And he was like, well, think about it. If you want to become a 6-figure earner or a 7-figure earner, but you're not making that income yet, that means you are not this person yet. You have to develop that mindset because a 6-figure earner doesn't have a lack mindset. And at that point, I was just thinking, well, I can't get no clients. Making money is hard. This is not working. So my mindset was not in alignment with what I thought I want to do. And the same thing with when I was having a conversation with potential clients. Early on, one of the coaches that I had worked with had told me once, well, how can you coach business if you're not even successful yet? And just that right there, I mean, first of all, when you're just starting out, you got to start somewhere, right? At that point, I knew about the systems, the strategies, the technical side, but yes, I didn't really work with any paying clients at that point. But so I had this whole imposter syndrome, like, how can I help people? How can I charge for what I do? I'm not successful yet. And all of those mindset traps was really what kept me going in circles. And when my coach had told me that about the becoming part, and, after we got off the call, I was like, it really sunk in that, what, I am not this person yet. And that's when I really, dove deep into the mindset piece, law of attraction, EFT, and really figuring out what is holding me back. And a whole lot of stuff came up, by the way.
It seems, I love the fact that there are people like you in this world who are focusing on the mindset component because there are a lot of, entitlement mindsets. How do you help somebody turn their mindset around when they come to you with a mindset that needs a bit of attention?
Well, I focus on both the business side and then the mindset. So as I work with my clients, I do have an online program that focuses strictly on the mindset. So I usually give my clients that as a little bonus so they can work on that while we're working on the business side. But then whenever something comes up, like some of my clients, they struggle with, I remember one client who had a really hard time just dreaming big or putting a goal for his business in place. And there was no vision there, and it's like it's very hard to move forward in your business if you don't know where you're going. And or even some other people, it was like the money was a big challenge for a lot of people where they also feared, I feel very uncomfortable making money. So when I was working with my clients and we were kind of just talking about, what are the challenges, what's going on, maybe they were procrastinating on putting something out there. Whatever comes up, that's when I really work with them on the mindset piece. Now, I do also offer like separate section for the mindset, but usually it goes hand in hand with, the whole coaching process for growing the business, because a business does need the doing part. It does need the systems and strategies, but it also needs heavy work on the mindset piece to make sure that whatever you're putting into your business, all the work you're doing on your business is actually going to get you the results. So it's really, I do more of a holistic approach where I combine the business aspect, the system and strategies, and then the mindset as it comes about. But like I said, I do give my clients my access to one of my programs that's specifically focused on the mindset, helping them really figure out what's holding them back. I make sure that they're really going through that program, because that is very, very important, because no matter what we're doing, on the marketing side or the system strategy side, it's not going to get them the results if they don't work on their internal systems, like the mindset, the enneagrams, and those type of things. So we work on it like both at the same time, basically.
When we talk about systems and strategies, which comes first, and how do you help new clients understand that?
Well, it really starts out with, having a strong foundation. That's how I start out with my clients, really making sure that they know who are their ideal clients. I mean, that's like the the most important piece about the foundation piece is like really knowing who are your ideal clients. What do they want? What are their challenges? What are their pain points? And then also really creating a nice pricing structure for your business to make sure that they're not undercharging. And oftentimes, like at the beginning stage, they like to undercharge because they think, well, I'm just starting out. I can't charge more.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, it really goes with their marketing strategy. They're actually sharing their story. I mean, that's one of the things I like to share with my clients as well, is really sharing their story. Because like you mentioned earlier, it's like those challenging times, that's what really is important. And people don't care about, oh, yes, I was featured on ABC and CBS. They don't care about that. They don't care all my titles that I have. They connect with me when I share my story. And that's what I teach my clients. When you share your pit story, when the struggles that you've gone through, that makes you relatable. Because there are people out there that maybe hear my story or hear my client's story and like, oh my God, you know what? That's what I'm going through right now. Maybe some of your listeners are going to think, oh my God, I've come through from a different country and I was going through the exact same things. So it makes you relatable. So you need to have that. But for the systems, I mean, you definitely want to work on list building, lead generation, because you want to have a list of raving fans. Because so many people, they totally forget about list building. Or, I've heard many times people saying, well, email it's not a good thing anymore. It's not a good marketing strategy anymore. But if you think about it, I mean, especially with, Facebook changing things around. And I think like recently there was a comment that they're afraid that Facebook might be closing down. Well, if you have a huge following on social media and then, something happens and then all of a sudden Facebook, LinkedIn, or whatever platform is not there anymore, what are you going to do? All these connections you had were gone.
You seem to be focused on helping your clients, I guess, diversify their social media platforms as well, because I think if you just have that one channel, just like you mentioned, Facebook only, it could be dangerous. You never know what happens if it does go away.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, whatever is a good fit for my clients. I mean, I don't like this whole cookie cutter kind of approach. I mean, I do use certain steps from like, client acquisition to sales funnel, sales process, something like that. But still, I tailor it to my individual client because not every person is the same. Not every person is at the same level. But yes, I mean, some people, they might just use Facebook or just use LinkedIn or maybe another platform. It really goes by where are your ideal clients. That's why it's so important to know who is your ideal client. What is your niche? What do you do? What expert do you want to be? So, knowing all these things, that will help you to actually go to whatever platform they're on, because you don't want to be on Facebook if your ideal clients are on LinkedIn or the other way around. So knowing who your ideal clients is so very, very important, which a lot of people, what I've seen is, they, like my ideal clients, I work with a lot of coaches and consultants, and they say, well, I work with anyone that needs help. The problem with that is you can't market to everyone, because then you technically market to no one, because it's not very specific. It's basically above the surface. No one can connect with, being too general. So knowing really who is your ideal client, what's your niche, and being that expert in that niche is so very important. That's really the very first step in actually building your business before you even go on any social media platforms, because you got to know where is your ideal client, what are they looking for, and from there you really build the strategy.
That's awesome feedback. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm looking at your Kay Sanders website, and I'm looking at the Mindset Magic. Tell us how you came about developing that.
Well, actually, I had no plan on doing that. I was meditating. And I just had this download to put this book to put this little ebook together, this little lead magnet, and that's actually the 5 steps that are in there. I actually also my Mindset Mastery program, and I've been teaching these 5 steps, and like even when I talk, these 5 steps are really the most important piece on the mindset piece that I teach, that I talk about, That's really my signature 5-step system that I teach.
It's one of those calls that I could just dig deep and deep and deeper. Where can people find you?
On my website, kaysanders.com. They can also find me on Facebook. I even have a little Facebook group. It's the Conscious Entrepreneur Lounge. I'm on LinkedIn. But yeah, that's really the three main places that you can find me. Facebook, LinkedIn, on my website.
If anybody who is listening to the call today needs some help with any of those things, mindset, coaching, reach out to Kay. And Kay, thanks again for being on the My Future Business Show today.
No, thanks for having me. It was definitely great. I had a lot of fun.
It's been fun having you on the call with us today. Now click on that big red subscribe button and make sure you leave us a comment, share us with your friends, and join the growing list of leading entrepreneurs who have enjoyed their time on the show at myfuturebusiness.com/interviews.